Today, I'm going to show you some tips on how to color easy body tubing. As you can see, I'm going to be using some Sharpies, Pantones, Prismacolor or Prismatic, which you can find at your local arts and crafts supply store, some highlighters, or any other permanent marker that you may have in your fly tying kit. Now, any marker that's permanent and 100% waterproof will work just fine on easy body tubing. However, due to the fact that easy body tubing is made from synthetics such as mylar, monofilament, and polyester, the permanent markers cannot penetrate deeply into the tubing, and therefore they will fade in time. So, a lot of fly tyers will go back and retouch their flies after they've faded a bit, or other fly tyers prefer to leave their flies faded or muted, and it gives them a little bit more of a pastel look, which many prefer. Now I'm going to show you a few different coloring techniques to get you started. Then it's all up to you to play around, have some fun, and come up with your own special coloring techniques for your flies. First, I'm going to use a black Sharpie, because it will show up well on camera, to show you how to create a lateral line on your tubing. This technique is called wicking. By taking your Sharpie and gently touching the cording that runs down the side of the tubing and allowing it to wick into the cording, lateral lines are easily created on any of our tubings. In this close-up, you can clearly see the black lateral line which we just applied to the cording. This technique allows you to easily transform any of our tubing into a lateral line tubing for use on your favorite baitfish pattern. Easy Body Products also manufactures 6 different colored lateral lines ready to use right out of the package. Now I'm going to show you a pointillism technique which can be used to color your tubing. Here's a piece of our natural tubing which has been colored with various colored magic markers using a dotting or pointillism technique to create a mottled coloration. This could be useful when tying crab flies, squid flies, sculpin, shrimp, anything that might require a mottled coloration. Here it is on our pearl tubing, just so that you can see the difference in the coloration as it is applied to the pearl. Here's an example of a slightly different technique called banding or striping. What I've done is combine the pointillism technique with the banding technique so that I could create a nice body for squid flies. The lighter striping would be on the belly of the fly, and the darker striping would be on the dorsal area of the fly. This next piece is designed to show you how the same exact color would look on either the pearl or the natural tubing. As you can see, some of the colors are a little bit more vibrant on the tubing than others, which appear to be a little bit more pastel or muted. So use your own judgment, and I'm sure that you will find a color combination that works best for your particular fly. So hopefully you've learned a little bit about coloring tubing in this segment. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, you can always visit easybody.com for more tips, techniques, and patterns.